Hey guys, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to the WWE 2K15 Universe Mode, and this, which is our next episode of Friday night's Attitude Era Raw is War. So without further ado, let's have a look at that card. We're going to start things off with Sheamus versus Fit Finlay in the Battle of the Irish. Of course, it will be Sheamus defending his European Championship on Sunday at Bloodground against Fit Finlay and Steven Regal in a triple threat elimination match. We're also going to see Edge taking on Mark Henry, and Christian will be at ringside. We're going to see Hollywood Hulk Hogan taking on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Brock Lesnar takes on CM Punk. Shawn Michaels versus The Rock in our main event Extreme Rules match. So let's get straight into our first match of the evening. And as I said, our first match this evening will be the European Champion Sheamus taking on Fit Finlay. And here we go, and as I mentioned, Sheamus will be defending his European Championship at Bloodground this Sunday. Of course, Bloodground is a pay-per-view suggested by Kenny in the comment section below. Sheamus will be defending his European Championship in a triple threat elimination match against obviously Fit Finlay here in the ring and Lord Steven Regal as well. That's going to be a very interesting match, that one. All three in the match are going to be European, which is a nice twist on that. You'd have to put Sheamus down as your favourite, however, should the tag team of the British Bruisers, Fit Finlay and Lord Steven Regal, work together against Sheamus, that could be a very interesting match indeed. I think that would be the tactics I would go for if I was either Fit Finlay or Lord Steven Regal. I would try and take Sheamus out of the match first, and then from there on, of course, they would fight out for the championship between them. But it might not be as simple as that. Plus, I can see the competitive edge in both Fit Finlay and Lord Steven Regal coming out. They're not exactly the most intelligent wrestlers in the world, but they are the most aggressive. And maybe that triple threat match at the European Championship. And I've already got it written down as Extreme Rules. I've already got it written down on my piece of paper right next to me as Sheamus versus Regal versus Finlay Extreme Rules European Championship match. That's what we're going to do. Of course, elimination as well. That's really going to give us a great match, and Sheamus just dominating Finlay here. Takes him up onto his shoulders. White noise. And Finlay has been decimated here incredibly quickly. Sheamus pulls him into the middle of the ring, going for the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And if Sheamus continues this form onto Bloodground, he's walking out of there the European Champion, just like he walked in. And there's the white noise, which finally finished Finlay off. And a free count for Sheamus. Great victory for Sheamus. As I said, if he can continue this form into this weekend's Bloodground pay-per-view, this guy is guaranteed to walk out still your European Champion. I'm sure Finlay and Regal will have to work together to try and eliminate the mutual danger that is Sheamus. But I'm only seeing one outcome for this match at Bloodground. And we're going to follow up that incredibly quick match with Edge taking on Mark Henry. And of course, Christian will be at ringside. And here we go, we are underway. Edge taking on Mark Henry, of course Christian at his tag team partner's corner. And we know, well, I know, you guys don't. I'm going to announce it now for you right now. Now for you right now. That's a bit of a stupid sentence, wasn't it? Well, I'm going to start talking normally again. I'm going to announce it for you right now what's going to happen at Bloodground with Edge and Christian. They will be issuing an open challenge. And that's going to be an open challenge tables match. So any tag team could walk out and face them off in that one. That will be at Bloodground, of course. Don't miss that. That could be very interesting. We could have anybody walk out. So Edge and Christian, the former tag team champions, of course not involved in the title picture at Bloodground. That's going to be Evolution versus the APA. And I've got a match in mind for that tag team championship match. I'm just not sure if the game allows it, but I'll have to have a quick look. I've got elimination first blood match. I'm not sure if that's a match the game will allow us to run, but I hope it is. And I think that'd be a great match too, to open up our Bloodground pay-per-view, just to really enforce the stipulation and the whole theme of the pay-per-view. Of course, as suggested by Kenny. Kenny, I'm not sure if you are watching this video, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your surname correctly. Is it DeCoco? I may be just completely insulting you or just completely getting your name wrong, but I hope I'm not. But that's how I'm reading it. But let me know how to pronounce it, and I'll give you a proper shout out at Bloodground on Sunday. But yeah, it was a great idea. It's a concept I've not really thought of before myself, and it really does match this Attitude Era. Not necessarily an up-to-date thing, of course, the PG rules, but on talking of Bloodground, Mark Henry's busted open as Edge hits the execution, and another very quick match here, and a victory for Edge over Mark Henry, the former European champion. See the early flapjack straight away from Edge. I don't know what's happening here this evening. These matches just seem to be flying past. We're already nearly halfway through our card, and we're barely 6 minutes into the video. And there's the pin there after the execution. You see Mark Henry busted open as well. Christian celebrating there with his tag team partner Edge. We know these two guys opening the issue challenge. Open up. Oh. You know what? It's getting late. I need to stop after this video. They are issuing an open challenge to any tag team to face off against them at Bloodground in a tables match. So be sure to check that one out. As I said, it will be uploaded at the latest this Sunday. However, I've got a feeling it might be a lot earlier if I can continue the amount of videos that I'm actually recording at the moment. And our next match here this evening will be Hollywood Hulk Hogan taking on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, Austin wasting no time running down to the ring here. Sorry, I was a mile away from the microphone when that happened. Austin wasting no time running down to the ring, catching Hogan straight away in that Fez press. And this match has started off with a flurry. And I think I may have just broken my toe. It was incredibly painful. Ow. I've just come running across the living room in the dark, and I think I've tripped over something. It's my own fault for having so much crap on the floor, I suppose. But, sorry, I was just making myself a drink, thinking that it was going to stop and allow me to press start when I went to start like it normally does. But no, we had a pre-match cutscene. And I'm hoping you guys heard me commentating from the other side of the room. I was shouting quite loud. But yeah, this match opened with a big flurry. And of course, these two guys will be facing off at Bloodground as well. This is the feud suggested by Kenny at the pay-per-view, suggested by Kenny as well. So this match will be a first blood match. There's Austin with a big stunner there. And talking of first blood, Hogan's busted open already, and this will be a very, very fast match at Bloodground if it happens this way. And again, another incredibly quick victory. This time for Austin over Hollywood Hulk Hogan. What is happening here this evening? This is going to be the shortest video I've ever put out here. But of course, if this was Bloodground, this match would have already ended. Of course, first blood. Hogan busted open from that stunner. And Austin, obviously showing that he doesn't get paid by the hour, just storms in, destroys Hulk Hogan. And this is going to be a very interesting match going into Bloodground. Looks like Austin is taking all of the momentum in with him. And of course, we'll have to see on Sunday whether Hogan will come out and regain any sort of redemption against Austin. And our next match here this evening will be Brock Lesnar taking on CM Punk. And the same thing as last match, you see CM Punk running down and attacking Brock Lesnar early on. I'm proud to say this time I was actually sat at my computer ready for that one, as Punk come running down to the ring and taking Brock Lesnar out early on. And of course, these two guys will be facing off at Bloodground as well. These two guys will be fighting off in a brawl. It will be Extreme Rules, and I expect to see a lot of blood in that one as well. These two guys are already on the outside fighting Just shows the sort of match we're going to end up with at Blood Ground. These two guys are not going to be easily contained in the ring by any stretch of the imagination. The referee is going to have a very, very difficult job here this evening. Same way at Blood Ground as well. I think we might make that a Blood Ground Falls Count Anywhere as well as Extreme Rules. And that's a strange one. I've just realised this recently, is that the game does Falls Count Anywhere matches by itself in Universe mode for feuds. However, there's not actually a match for Falls Count Anywhere. You have to manually create it yourself, which I think is quite a strange one. As CM Punk puts Brock Lesnar through the announce table there with that butterfly powerbomb. And this episode of Raw is War is just absolutely insane. We've seen 3 incredibly quick victories. Now we've seen Brock Lesnar be put through the announce table. What else is going to happen in this evening? This is like a proper episode of Attitude Era television, this is. It's going absolutely crazy. Lesnar fighting Punk off. And now Lesnar taking Punk up. Went for a powerbomb, but Punk reverses into that DDT. And now Punk continues the assault with a punt to the lower back of Brock Lesnar, followed by a second one as well. Of course, the damage done to the lower back of Lesnar is probably going to affect his strength. However, I think it's going to take quite a lot of damage to the back of Lesnar to impair him from taking CM Punk up for the F5. Lesnar now using his MMA style to assault the grounded CM Punk. Now brings him back up, and big thump across the chest there, taking Punk down. Punk with a back fist on Lesnar. And again, another punt to the back of Lesnar. CM Punk up on the top and hits the elbow drop to the lower back of Lesnar as well. And you see CM Punk definitely focusing all his attack on that one body part of Brock Lesnar. And using his strength there to suplex Lesnar. And again, a punt to the back. Is CM Punk working towards some sort of submission? Here he does. There's the camel clutch. And with the damage done to Brock Lesnar, it could have been all, but Brock Lesnar's back feet were underneath the ropes. Lesnar with that back elbow. And I'm sure this is going to be like the shortest episode we've ever put out. We've only got one more match after this, and I can't see this one lasting too much longer. CM Punk catching him with a great springboard clothesline, and again goes back to work on that lower back. Going in for the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Brock Lesnar kicks out. Punk with that snap there on Lesnar. Bringing Lesnar back up to his feet. Well, Lesnar just launching Punk outside the ring, and Punk actually landed on some of the debris of that broken announce table from earlier on. And that's got to do some damage to Punk's back as well. See Lesnar throwing Punk back into the ring. And I wonder, sorry, something's just come into my mind here completely randomly. Just something about 2K16. During 2K16, we know that Joey Styles does the commentary for one of Austin's matches during the showcase. I wonder if I run an ECW brand, whether we could have Joey Styles as a sole commentator behind the commentator desk. That's just a random thought I've just had there while looking at Jerry the King Lawler and Michael Cole at ringside. I wonder whether, and the same thing with JR, if I run an Attitude Era arena, could I pick to have JR and Jerry the King Lawler at ringside rather than having Michael Cole? That would be something that I really want to see in Universe mode. Because there must be in there for the showcase, I would imagine. I'd imagine JR and Jerry the King Lawler are doing the showcase commentary, so I'd imagine them two be the ones sat behind the announce desk. And I wonder whether I could use that in the Universe mode. That would be fantastic. As CM Punk hits the GTS there, and Brock Lesnar going for the pin. 1, 2, and a 3 count. CM Punk picks up the victory here over Brock Lesnar, and this is definitely going to be the shortest episode I've ever uploaded. It really is. We saw a lot of damage in this match, including CM Punk putting Brock Lesnar through the announce table with a butterfly powerbomb early on. And yeah, this has been an insane match. It really has been an insane night here on Raw is War, our Friday night Attitude Era segment. And there's the GTS, which finished it all off. And will we see the same scenes here at Blood Ground on Sunday. Sorry, I was going to say Friday. It's Friday today. On Sunday. If we do, then it's CM Punk who's won the war. And tonight he's won the battle. But I'm sure Brock Lesnar will not be put down that easily. And our main event here this evening will be the WWF Champion Shawn Michaels taking on The Rock in a non-title Extreme Rules match. And here we go, and of course this will be our main event for Blood Ground. Shawn Michaels defending his WWF Championship against The Rock. The Rock earned the right in this match to... The Rock earned his right into this match by defeating Sting, Ric Flair, and somebody else. I keep forgetting this. I mentioned it last week and I forgot it as well. So it's on my pad here. Who else did he defeat? Kane. That's what it was. It was The Rock, Sting, Flair, and Kane in a fatal four-way elimination match. The Rock came out on top and was confirmed as the #1 contender for the WWF Championship. That match there, again, was suggested by Kenny. I think Kenny has effectively written this entire month's worth of Attitude Era with his comments. It was him who made the #1 contendership match. It was him who suggested a feud between Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And it was also his suggestion for the pay-per-view format as well. So thank you to Kenny. Like I say, if any of you guys have any suggestions or things you'd like to see, please let me know in the comment section. I will use as many as I possibly can. And at the moment, I don't get a lot of comments, don't get a lot of views either, so I will be able to use nearly every single one of your suggestions. The only one that I haven't been able to use so far is Dolph Ziggler going for the the WWE Championship in current day roster. He is involved in our Hell in a Cell match this month in a couple of weeks' time. However, should he be unsuccessful in that, I think he'll be the guy feuding for the championship into the last month. Who will be the champion, though? Again, we will not know until the end of Hell in a Cell. And I mean the very, very end of Hell in a Cell. But yeah, but like I say, any suggestions you guys have, please let me know. Any videos you'd like to me make, it doesn't have to be a full pay-per-view, it could just be a single match. Like I've said, in 2K16 I'm going to have an extra playlist where I'm just going to upload random matches here and there. Just whatever tickles our fancy. And if you guys have any suggestions for matches you'd like to see, can be any type of match with anybody in them, please let me know. It doesn't have to be people on the roster. Of course, I can download the wrestlers to do the matches. And they don't have to be real matches either, they could be whatever you want. Just give you a couple of suggestions. Maybe Shawn Michaels versus Daniel Bryan. Maybe Rock versus Hogan. Rock versus Cena. Cena versus Hogan. Austin versus Dean Ambrose. Just anything you guys want to see, just please let me know in the comment section below. And I will list them all down. And of course, you'll get a nice little shout out when I use your ideas as well. I've had a couple of suggestions. Not necessarily suggestions specifically for the 2K16. I think Jay actually gave me a couple of suggestions for 2K16. And I must admit, I've not got them written down in my book here. I do know what they were off the top of my head, do I? I think it's Diamond Dallas Page versus Randy Orton in the Battle of the Cutters. I think that was one, and there was another one as well involving Diamond Dallas Page, I believe. But I'll dig them out, Jay, and there'll definitely be some of the ones we do first in our random playlist. Of course, we'll be doing Kenny's suggestion that he's always wanted to see, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Hogan. We'll do that in our 2K16 game as well early on. Obviously I have to download a Hogan for that one. And I think Tabby Gamer suggested the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Usos. And the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Young Bucks recently for this universe mode. Of course, Motor City Machine Guns versus the Young Bucks is going to be one of the matches on our finale episode. And I'll also be also do those matches for our 2K16 playlist as well. So, a nice few shout-outs there for a few people. As this Extreme Rules match now continues on, you see The Rock was busted open early on, and I was saying I've not seen this oh my god moment before, and all of a sudden we see it twice in such a short amount of time. We only saw it on one of our recent videos. I think it might have been Was it last week's episode of Monday Night Raw? I can't remember now, but it's only been used very recently. And of course, the damage done here, it could easily go on to affect any of these guys at our Bloodground pay-per-view. It's taken place only in a couple of days as The Rock. He's signaling for here. I thought he was going to go for the rock bottom, but Shawn Michaels reverses with that boot to the stomach. And there's Shawn Michaels with the sweet chin music. Rock goes down. Of course, no rope breaks in Extreme Rules. 1, 2, and 3. And Shawn Michaels, your WWF champion, picks up the victory here over The Rock in our main event. And he's going to take some serious momentum into Bloodground. And talking to Bloodground, that's where The Rock was busted open with that baseball bat by Shawn Michaels early on. The Rock catching Shawn Michaels on the outside of a spine buster there. Now The Rock going for a suplex on the outside, but that was Shawn Michaels reversing that suplex. The game loves a good reversal in this game. And there's a reversal to the finisher. The rock bottom followed up by the sweet chin music. Rock goes down. Michaels picks up the 3 count. And I must say, I think that's the quickest episode we've ever made. It's only taken me 25 minutes to record it. Well, Michaels offering his hand out, but The Rock's not happy with that. Slaps Michaels' hand away. And there's no mutual respect going into Bloodground this weekend. Remember, that is our main event. Shawn Michaels defends his WWF Championship against The Rock at Bloodground. Be sure to check that out. It will be uploaded on Sunday. Or, I say Sunday. It'll probably be uploaded pretty much soon after this one. Because I'm getting a bit ahead now, so I'll probably upload a week's worth of episodes in one go. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching this episode. As I said, I apologise it's been so quick. It's been out of my hands. There's been some incredibly quick matches. They've all been on normal momentum. I've not rushed any of these matches. And it just seems to have gone by so quickly this episode. I say it's only taken me 25 minutes to record, so once I've edited it out, this is only going to be like a 20-minute episode, which is very nice, quick one for you guys to watch and sit down and relax. Get yourself a beer and some Doritos and get ready for Bloodground. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.